Good morning. I'm Ed Romaine, the Supervisor of the town of Brookhaven. We're joined by Assemblyman Dean Murray and two of my town board members. Three of our, Jane popped in. Jane Bonner, Mike Loguercio, and Dan Panico, and our Public Safety Commissioner, John Meehan, who is a former Chief of Patrol for Suffolk County Police. You think you've heard of everything. I continue to be surprised by some of the audacity of those that would break the law in promoting drugs and drug paraphernalia. Earlier this week, Mike Loguercio heard that there was a few of these vending machines around that vended, and what it is, and I'll let Mike hold it up, it's a crack pipe. It's a ceramic glass pipe disguised as a pen dispenser that you put $2 in quarters, and out comes the ceramic pipe that you use, and there's a filter in there that you use for smoking crack. What was amazing is the audacity of the people that did this. They put this on the public right-of-way. In both cases, I think it's a state public right-of-way. However, the town has an agreement with the state, the county, and obviously its own roads to remove things that shouldn't be on the public right-of-way. So we went right in and removed the two that were. There's one more that we're aware of on a strip shopping center that's on private property, and we're turning that over to law enforcement. The town does not have police powers. So at the end of this conference, we're turning this box over to the Suffolk County Police, asking them to, with the DA's office, to begin an investigation, because the last time I looked, circulating drug paraphernalia is a criminal offense. I'm going to turn this over to Mike Loguercio, who's done a lot of work on this, made sure that these were removed. Mike.
Thank you, Supervisor, and thank you, everyone, for coming out this morning. As the Supervisor said, we were alerted to this by the community and by the Middle Island Fire Department. The Assistant Chief had given me a call. So thank you to the community, and thank you to the responders who were made aware of this particular vending machine and had given me the call. Basically, what happens is when you insert the money, which I'll show you in a second, you get this, and it's falling apart on me, you get this contraption here that comes out, and when taken apart, you'll see that it has the tube, which is used for smoking the drug, and also it has some type of makeshift pen, which probably doesn't even write, but in here is a screen that can be removed, inserted into the tube, and then the drug is placed in the tube and smoked, if I can get this out. Here. And this is what you would get for your $2. You know, so many people are concerned about the opiate situation that we have, and yes, it is a terrible, terrible thing that we are combating, but there are also other drugs out there, such as crack, that is still prevalent within the community. I want to show you exactly how this machine works, and also the reason why we were concerned about this immediately was that they were placed in the right-of-way along the town roads.
On actually state roads.
On the state roads, that's right. State roads, town roads, exactly. And of course, they were not installed with any type of permits, any type of site plan that any legitimate business would do.
Nor would they get them.
Nor would they get them, that's right.
You go inside.
One on this side?
Yeah.
As you can see, it's quite an elaborate little machine here. Putting in 8 quarters. That changed. Got it.
Yeah, hold it, guys.
We are. This was mounted in concrete, so it didn't wobble.
There we go.
Doesn't work?
This will be on the bloopers reel. Not mine. That's why it was mounted. Well, anyway, what happens is you put the money in, and out pops. Anybody want to try?
Doing, guys.
Okay, it doesn't work. You want to try it? No.
No, you put the money in.
Out pops from
Lost
here.
$2.
What I indicated earlier was the crack pipe in this tube with the screen. And again, this makeshift pen.
And there were 3 of them.
There were 3 of them?
Yeah.
One was by the Home Depot shopping center in Coram on State Route 25. The other one was,
Also by the Home Depot Shopping Center, and there was a third one also located on Route 112.
right, which is a state highway.
Correct.
So, but they're the state right-of-way. The minute we heard about this yesterday, we had the two removed on the, okay, we had the two removed on the right-of-way, and the third is on private property, and we're letting the Suffolk County Police, I'm sure when they contact the owner of that shopping center, he will immediately have this machine out of there.
Right.
Because again, this is a law enforcement issue. This is not per se a town issue, but we were able to respond quickly, and that's what we decided to do rather than go through, and we'll allow the police and the district attorney to investigate. We believe this is promoting drug paraphernalia, which I believe is a criminal act in the state of New York. And I hope the police, as we turn this over to them, which we will turn it over, they have some officers here, turning it over to their property section, that they will commence an investigation. And the guilty party, which I don't know what they were thinking, but as I look at this, I can imagine what they were doing.
And originally, Supervisor, the call came in to us that it was a pen dispenser. And many people had thought within the community that because it was the first week of school, that perhaps they were actually selling pens. And it wasn't until the assistant chief in the Middle Island Fire Department went over to the machine, inserted his 8 quarters to find out exactly what was in there, found this, and then turned around and called me, and then the investigation began.
Do you have any idea who is responsible, who is benefiting from this?
At this point, ma'am, there is an open investigation that is in place. I don't believe that we have any information that we can share at this
The
time.
number on the back of the machine is obviously
Yeah.
non-working.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we,
And each machine was similar, so it would appear that one person was responsible for all 3 machines?
we do believe so, but again, that's is part of the investigation, but they are similar. They were all constructed within the concrete into the ground.
I just want to make sure. Specify each location. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Home Depot, Coram, what else?
There was another one on Route 25 in Middle Island on the corner of Irma Drive in front of a shopping center. And then there was another one that we believe was located also on Route 112, which I believe, Commissioner, that they are, you don't have the information. Okay, we'll get you that information.
No reason to think these are 3 separate ones. There's some, right, not that these have been moved around.
That is correct. They are 3 separate ones that were installed in concrete in the ground on the right-of-way.
But at this point, you don't know if it's actually illegal to sell these because they are pens that right, correct?
Well, it's a very, very fine line. It's a very gray area. Obviously, it's not illegal to sell a pen. To sell a pipe is not illegal. However, this is considered drug paraphernalia, and it also is being dispensed from a machine that was installed illegally per town code.
Because these are on the state right-of-way. They have no
Right.
reasonable expectation that you can install vending machines or anything else on a state right-of-way without permission, and there was no permission granted by the state of
So,
New York.
At worst, right now, this is a town code violation and nothing more that you can prove, correct?
Supervisor, you want me to take that?
We'll let David
I'll let Dave Moran, who's from our law department, take that
Deputy
one.
Town Attorney.
Hi, I'm Dave Moran, Deputy Town Attorney for the Town of Brookhaven. My role is enforcement and enforcement of the town code. These issues start at our level. It is not a crime to put a vending machine and sell a pen. However, as the councilman and supervisor suggested, we believe it to be something more. We'll let the police handle that side of it, of whether or not it is more. From our perspective, we enforce trespass, we enforce the town right-of-ways, we remove signs from the state right-of-ways, we remove anything that can cause a hazard. If we can legally remove, we will remove them. As far as trying to lock down who an owner is or who put these there, I already have resources out speaking to the surrounding area, see if anyone's seen anything, contacting the shopping center owners if they were put on the shopping centers without permission or hopefully with permission. This way there's a contact of someone we could find. It is a town code violation to place things that don't belong in a town right-of-ways. It's a site plan violation to alter anything in a shopping center or anything without permission of our planning department. That is our jurisdiction as it relates to the placement of these items. Again, we have and will continue to work very well with the Suffolk County Police and sharing of information in hopefully tracking down an owner, and they'll make those determinations on whether or not that is a criminal act under the penal code. But I could tell you now, it is definitely a town code violation, and we will seek to enforce it to the fullest extent of the law.
Do vending machines need permits from the town to be placed?
Well, we would not allow any vending machine, on our right-of-way, and this is a state right-of-way. We do have cooperative agreements with both the state and the county regarding right-of-ways, and we do remove things that are placed illegally in the right-of-ways.
It's the placement that you're saying is
Right.
a violation.
They had no permission to place this in the right-of-way whatsoever. The shopping center is a different story, and we're turning that over to the police department, and they'll contact the shopping center owner, and I'm sure that will be dealt with expeditiously. But we did what we could do as quickly as we could do this. Again, Councilman Loguercio heard about this over the weekend, and these were removed by Sunday. So we feel that that threat, and it is a potential threat because there are some people who think that they're going to make some money out of this, prey on a community or promote drug use in a community, smoking crack or whatever, by doing this, are going to be sadly mistaken. And I know that the Suffolk County Police will investigate this and take a look at this in every possible way. But if anyone attempts this in the future, we will respond exactly the same way. If someone has information, don't put it on Facebook. Give us a call. Contact us. Call us or email the town. We have a website. You can go on the website. We all have email addresses. We will respond very, very quickly. And talking about response as a longer-term solution, we also have Assemblyman Dean Murray here. Assemblyman.
Thank you. So to reiterate, over the weekend, Councilman Loguercio and I spoke. He contacted me immediately as well because it was some on the state right away. I've been in contact with State DOT this morning, the regional director. We agree that if anyone does contact us, let us know any locations. They will go out as well to remove them immediately. And as you said, it is a interesting situation. Is it a pen? Is it drug paraphernalia? I don't remember ever buying a pen that came with a pack of filters. So I think it's pretty obvious what this use...
Or a glass tube.
Exactly, or what the use is intended for. So it is, in fact, illegal to provide or to sell drug paraphernalia without supervision, such as a drugstore or on a location. So we are looking into that as well.
Who's to say it just wasn't a prank gone bad? Last week was the first week of school, so if it's just a pin, who's to say it just wasn't a prank?
There's a lot of work to do for a prank. You know, Dion, there's a lot of work to be involved. We don't believe this was a prank.
There's 3 separate ones.
How long were these set up for? Do you know, weeks, days?
We believe that these were installed this past week. Because originally, when the call came in, it came in as a pen dispenser.
Right.
Could you just, is there any evidence that there's money in there that people actually bought?
Well, we haven't broke the lock, and we're transferring the box, the 2 boxes that we picked up, exactly how we found them to Suffolk County Police. We're going to let them investigate. Town doesn't have police powers. We're going to let the police department investigate in the DA's office and make a determination.
Someone at the Home Depot and Coram told me it's been there 2 months.
I heard 2 to 3 weeks based on people going up there.
We only know when we were contacted over the weekend.
And that's why I'm saying to anyone, if anyone sees something like this and it's suspicious, it's in the public right-of-way or anywhere else, please give the town a call. It's very simple, 631-451-TOWN. That's 631-451-TOWN. Or email us. And our email's available, and we will address it immediately.
And Supervisor, with the photograph next to you, can you just point out those parts again? And
I'll let Mike do that. Mike, why don't you do that and explain what it is?
Well, again, this is the machine that was installed. Quarters were placed in here. This pen would be dispensed. And when you take the pen apart, this is what you find. You'll find the glass tube, which is used as the pipe, your screen, which would separate the drugs from the pipe. They would light it and smoke the other end of it. And this basically here is what would be known as the pen.
Sir, this location in this picture is?
This one here, I believe,
That's where you were at.
yeah, this is where, on the corner of Middle Country Road and Irma Drive. in Coram, right on the middle on the border.
We also have our Public Safety Commissioner, who was the former Chief of Police, actually.
Chief of Patrol.
Patrol for Suffolk County Police. John, do you want to explain our coordination with the Suffolk County Police Department?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. As the supervisor had said, this is certainly an affront to the community and something the community was outraged about. We have reason to believe that the second box was destroyed or damaged by the community when they became aware of it. So although we did hear rumors that it's been there for an extended period of time, that certainly wasn't the belief of the police department at this time, and certainly isn't our understanding. But they're looking at all different aspects of where this came from and the crimes that are involved in this. I have been in touch with the 6th Precinct exclusively since yesterday and the Chief of Patrol's office about this incident. They're going to be collecting this and going through it as evidence and trying to canvass the areas and find out exactly where it came from and the owners of it, and working with the District Attorney's office to take whatever criminal actions would be appropriate.
Last question for me. A member from the community said that you can get crack pipes legally in the town of Brookhaven for $6. Is that a concern of the town?
That's a concern, but we won't control that. Yeah. And you may want to address that. That's a concern, and obviously we would not control that. The distribution of crack pipes be something covered by state law, if you want to address that briefly.
Well, I think it's also a matter of what you're calling a crack pipe. Is this a crack pipe? I mean, I think it's if you're talking about places like hookah lounges or things of that nature where you buy smoking paraphernalia, but then, you know, are they legal? How they're used, you know, like we said, they're calling this a pen, but it's a crack pipe.
It's the manipulation.
Right.
You know, you can go to most drugstore, you can go to most 7-Elevens and gas stations and buy this glass tube with a rose in it. Seemingly, it looks like you're buying a rose, but you take the rose out, and all the paraphernalia that's in this is a crack pipe. You know, and let's not forget, we're focused on the heroin crisis, but crack is still around. There are other types of drugs that people are still using. You know, so, you know, very frequently as council people, we get phone calls from residents concerned with the paraphernalia that is available, that that there's creative use of. You know, we're all very concerned with the opioid crisis. We're all very concerned with kids vaping, and one of the ways that the kids manipulate the vaporizer is with marijuana oil and wax. You know, so there's a lot of creativity and ingenuity that goes into changing something from what its intended use was to making a drug paraphernalia.
Supervisor, where does this, you've been out here a while, many years, where does this rank up there as far as things that you've seen during your leadership?
Well, I've seen a lot of strange and odd things, and this is one of them, because who would think that someone would set up a vending machine without permission in 3 different locations, state right-of-ways, 2 of them, and try to vend something that could be used for smoking crack cocaine? Crazy. But I'm learning not to be too surprised by too many things, and I take them as I find them, and I can tell you what this town is going to do. We are going to address this. We're going to send a very strong message that if anyone attempts this, we're going to track them down. We're going to work with the Suffolk County Police. We're going to remove it right away. So if anyone sees any of these things, let us know. We'll check it out, particularly if they're on the right-of-way, and we will remove them and turn it over to the police and the district attorney to fully investigate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you again.